Hi everyone. Don't eat orange peels. They're highly acidic and gross. Anyway, hey, welcome. We are about to go into a new week of this series. We're talking about miracles. They're epic, they're awesome, and impossible, right? There's no way for any of us to really do it except through God. So we're gonna be talking about some of God's miracles in the Gospels. But before that, of course, we got worship time. So everyone on your feet, we're gonna go get started and worship our Lord.
I'm reading my B.I.B. early, and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave his best. Without a doubt, the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. I'm reading my B.I.B. early, and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave his best. Without a doubt, the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, whoa. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh,
It is traditions time, and we have a brand new verse for you today. So I want to make sure you are up on your feet. Get ready. Let's say it all together. Here we go. Jesus looked at them and said, "There are some things that people cannot do, but God can do anything." Mark 10:27. Okay, so I want you to practice that verse. We are going to be talking about God's miracles for the next 3 weeks, and we'll be focusing on that verse. So I can't wait to hear you say your verses and to know this one. Well, this looks interesting.
Is my hair floating?
Oh, it is. Look at that.
How's that happening?
Static electricity. Are we going to do a science lesson today?
Sort of. We're gonna be talking about, well, I told you we're talking about miracles, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In general, miracles are things that should be impossible. Okay?
Right.
So, and impossible means there's no way for any of it to happen. But Jesus did miracles anyway.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna try something that seems impossible. For instance, could you fill this pitcher with that water?
Fill this pitcher with that
Oh,
water.
never mind. Use the pitcher to fill this bag with water. Go for it. Get it about 2/3 of the way full.
Tell me when.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. More, and stop. All right, now here's what I want to do. I want to poke holes into it without it leaking at all. Sound impossible?
Sounds pretty impossible.
Guess how I'm gonna do it. First, I gotta zip this up all the way.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is kind of tricky. I'm not too good at this, but watch. Gotta poke a hole into it. Oh, I messed up. That one kind of worked.
That one worked.
So you just gotta do it really fast.
There we go.
There we go. Look, it's like a porcupine now. It's just that first one made a little too big of a hole. But hey, for the most part, that worked. That one on the bottom in particular,
Yeah.
not leaking at all.
That one's pretty cool.
Anyway, so now that wasn't really impossible, but it seemed like it, right?
It was sort of a decent magic trick.
Thank you. I prefer science experiment, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Now, Jesus did a ton of miracles, such as walking on water, right?
Yes.
In that sense, he was like defying gravity,
Yeah.
you know, because gravity is kind of a rule we all have to follow. It's kind of impossible to break it, but he did. He walked on top of this water.
Yeah. Speaking of water, he also made water into wine.
I love that one,
Yes,
right?
at a wedding.
Took this water and turned it into a beautiful dark purple.
Yep.
He also calmed storms. He had power over nature.
Another water.
Another water thing. There seems to be kind of a water theme going on here.
Yep.
There was also a fish
In the water.
in the water, and the fish opened his mouth, and on his tongue was a single golden coin. Told Peter to go do that in order to pay their taxes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Particularly curious one.
Yeah. What about, speaking of fish, the fish and loaves of bread
I think
feeding the 5,000?
we're gonna have to talk about that one.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be a little bit more.
yeah,
A little
during
bit
our
later.
story time.
Yep.
See, most of these things, we get so just bogged down with what we can do and what we can't do, and God is able to just blow our minds. The reason Jesus was able to do these miracles was to prove that he is God.
Right.
If he didn't do those miracles, we wouldn't have been able to really confirm that he was God.
And when he did those miracles, so many people that witnessed the miracles had faith and followed him.
Including his disciples.
Yep, every single one of them.
All right, do you want to talk about the loaves and fish?
Yeah, maybe we'll go to story time and talk more about loaves and fish.
A huge crowd followed Jesus, eager to hear his words after they had seen him heal the sick and perform miracles. Jesus sat down on a mountainside surrounded by his disciples. Looking out over the crowd, he said to Philip, one of the disciples, "How will we feed all these people?" Where can we buy enough bread for all of them to eat? Jesus asked this question, even though he already knew the answer. He had something miraculous in mind. It would take half a year's wages to buy enough for each person to take just one bite of bread. One of the other disciples spoke up. Here is a boy with 5 small loaves and 2 small fish. But how far will this go to feed so many? Jesus took the small loaves of bread and a few fish from the young boy, held it in his hands, and gave thanks to God for it. Dear Father in heaven, bless this food to our bodies. May it feed and nourish everyone today. Amen. He then had his disciples hand out food to each person in the crowd, giving them as much bread and fish as they could eat. Something surprising happened. The food never ran out. Every time they reached in for a loaf of bread, there was another one there. After the whole crowd had eaten, Jesus told his disciples, "Gather the leftovers so nothing is wasted." After all of the food had been gathered, they counted the loaves to find that they had just enough bread to fill 12 baskets. Jesus took a small amount of food and did the impossible so that a massive crowd of over 5,000 people could eat. Things we think are impossible are not that way in God's sight. The possibilities are endless with God.
There was a really smart man named Sir Isaac Newton, and he was a scientist. And we have a story about him that actually shows where we got the idea of gravity, right? So he was just out here sitting
Wait,
under...
wait.
What?
I think Fun Fact Phil should come and tell us about this.
Oh, okay.
Can I ring the bell and have him come?
Let's see if he arrives.
Okay, let's see. Phil!
Hey everyone, how's it going?
I am so glad you are here.
I heard you talking about Sir Isaac Newton and gravity.
Yes.
Well, guess what? So Sir Isaac Newton, now, this is actually not a fact. This is just a myth, okay?
Okay.
So let it be known, this might have not actually happened, but Sir Isaac Newton was reclining under an apple tree, and all of a sudden, plop, falls down right on his foot. Ow! So, you know what he realized? He was thinking about that apple and thinking about how it always falls down to earth, right? And he started thinking about gravity. Up to that time, no one knew why everything always fell down, but he believed that everything was attracted to our earth, okay?
Okay.
No matter where you are on earth, when you drop something, it's always gonna be falling down, right? And for example, if you were to walk on water, you were always gonna fall through it because you're heavier than the surface of the water.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's my fun fact. You can't beat gravity. It's impossible. Now,
Thank you, Phil. Bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil. Hope Phil's doing okay. Now, Caden here.
Yes.
So things seem impossible to us until we actually see it happen, right? That bag I was holding that poked pencils through seemed impossible until you saw it. Landing on the moon, for instance, we all thought that was totally impossible until we sent men in a rocket ship to actually walk on the moon. See, God is stronger than the forces of gravity. God is stronger than all the forces of nature. And he is even able to multiply loaves of bread and fish to feed an entire crowd of 5,000. Sorry?
Yeah, I need a large pizza, pepperoni and cheese. Go ahead and give me some buffalo wings too. Make sure there's extra ranch with that. Oh yeah, and some garlic sticks. That sounds really, really good, all right? Okay, great, thanks so much. Oh my gosh, I am so hungry. I can't even concentrate.
Okay, we're trying to film like a thing right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're filming the thing right here.
Yeah, could I have waited? No?
No, I was so hungry I couldn't even concentrate. And you know what? That makes me think about feeding the 5,000. He had a hungry crowd, Jesus did, and they were all wondering, how are we possibly going to feed all of these people?
They didn't have any food.
And they couldn't just make a phone call and order pizza.
They didn't have pizza back then.
They didn't do that.
Or phones.
But that was no challenge for Jesus at all. See, to him, he had some bread and some fish. He actually prayed, right? And began to pass out all of the food, and there was enough, just like you heard in the story. Because for Jesus, he doesn't have to have what we think in our minds is enough for everyone. He was able to supply whatever we need, even when it seems like it's absolutely impossible.
And you also weren't able to concentrate when you were hungry. That's why you got distracted by that phone, right?
That's right.
So Jesus was able to meet their hunger, their needs,
Right.
in order so they can listen to him and hear his teachings. So we're gonna end with this. We want you to think about what seems impossible in your life. Maybe you have a big math test coming up and it seems impossible to get an A in that. Or maybe you're trying to ride a bike without training wheels. Seems impossible right now, huh?
Maybe you're trying to learn how to juggle.
Oh, I still can't. Seems impossible.
Yeah, seems impossible.
But we gotta know nothing is impossible for God,
That's right.
right? We're just men and women. We're not gonna be able to. But we have God on our side and He can beat anything. So I want you guys to be encouraged by that and hope you go through this week with the comfort that we have a God who can break even the forces of nature.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait until next week when we hear more about miracles.
talk about healing.
And I think we gotta go because I think my pizza's here.